We're at Gullele Cemetery in Addis Ababa. I'm looking many times for the memorial for Colonel John Robinson, the pilot who flew for Ethiopia against the Italians. He was buried in this cemetery, Gullele, and many people have come here to find his grave, and unfortunately no one has been able to find it. But I've been through this cemetery 3 times now, and so I've spent about 5 hours, but I haven't been able to find his grave, and it's very depressing because he gave his life for Ethiopia. Colonel Robinson was getting ready to come back to the United States. He was spent his whole career in Ethiopia, and unfortunately they asked him to make an emergency flight to bring blood for a young child who had been hit by a propeller. And he went up in the air with the plane, and they had a motor problem with the plane, and so he crashed, and he didn't die instantly. He died 2 weeks later in the hospital, and Emperor Selassie came by and told him his last rites and thanked him for what he gave to Ethiopia. Not only did he fly against the Italians as the only African American to fly and be head of a country's Air Force. He was head of the Imperial Ethiopian Air Force, and he took on the Italians, and in heroic fashion. They had planes with guns. He was trying to deliver messages and blood and move soldiers, and he even did have a chance occasionally to shoot, and he had been shot at. So he survived all of that, and then he went back to the United States, and he recruited the Tuskegee Airmen after World War II. We have now located, through the help of so many people, the Kapusi family, Alatu Tefesa, Yehoshua, Israel, and numerous other people have made it possible today to actually come to John Robinson's grave and commemorate him in so many ways here in Ethiopia. I'm overwhelmed with happiness today to come back here and complete the circle. And now I can go back to America and tell the African American community that their hero has been found. I am once again here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, at Gullele Cemetery. Now we actually have a bust and a plaque here in the grave of Colonel John Robinson. The Gullele Cemetery is pleased to participate in this great event to finally discover the grave and the history of Colonel John Robinson here in Ethiopia. As you know now, they have put his name on the side of the Boeing 787, the new plane. They have a science center at the United States Embassy, John Robinson Science Center, multi-million-dollar center. They have a reading garden in the back of the embassy in the name of Colonel Robinson. And I think you're looking at one of the greatest heroes, not only for Ethiopia and African American, but for the whole world.